One signature, $50,000. You want to keep the pen?
No. 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 No pictures. Damn it. No.
Tina, what's the matter?
What's going on here?
Sorry, we're late.
Oh, great. I thought maybe the two of you had changed your minds.
Are you crazy? Forget about Stephanie?
No way. I was ready to go before the sun came up. But it took Joey forever to finish his chores. Look, I found Carlo's place on the map. All right, here's Riverton. And Fox Hollow Road starts here. So number 711 should be right around there somewhere.
Well, come on, guys. Let's go.
No, wait, just hang on a second here.
Megan?
Are the two of you eager to rush off and get yourself killed?
You haven't slept with Alex?
Cass, you're not going to ask me, am I sure, are you?
Well, no, but...
I mean, I hope that I never forget sleeping with someone.
But it doesn't make any sense.
No, what wouldn't make any sense is if I had.
Why not?
What are you going to ask me to defend not sleeping with Alex? Do I have to give you a reason not to have?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Well, then you're going to have to tell me what you are saying, Cassie. Come on, Cass.
Oh!
Here's what you do when you don't find the rainbows in this time. Here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day that follows, 'cause we only have one night to live.
One Life to Live, brought to you by the makers of Chef Boyardee microwave meals.
Clumsy.
No, it's an accident. No,
It's my fault.
Look, don't worry about it.
But it's
Cass.
Clint's award. It's valuable.
I will take care of it.
I'll pay to replace it.
Nothing to pay for, nothing to replace.
Maybe I should sit down.
Well, I think a chair would come in handy.
A
and
chair?
Yes, just bend your knees and the rest will take care of itself.
Okay, I'm down.
Okay. You were saying?
What?
Pardon?
What was I going to say?
What, you want me to tell you what you were going to tell me? If I knew the answer to that, I wouldn't be asking a question.
I'm kind of confused.
Good, that's a good place to start, confusion. What are you confused about?
You and Alex.
Nothing.
You never?
I never, we never was an event that just wasn't. Now, is that clear?
No, but Alex,
What, no, she says different?
could you please stop standing over me like that?
Yes, sure, I'm sorry. Look, I'm not going to say that something between Alex and me couldn't have happened, and maybe once or twice it almost didn't.
I see.
I mean, she is an attractive woman.
No denying that, and you were lonely and vulnerable.
Well, let's not start playing hearts and flowers.
Well, it's perfectly understandable.
Well, good. I'm glad that you would understand if there was something to understand.
But there isn't.
No.
And you would tell me if there were. True?
If there were, yes, I would tell you. I'm not in the habit of running out and announcing to the whole world when a woman has been kind enough to...
You're a gentleman.
Well, that's for other people to decide, but I try. Cassie, I want you to believe me.
I want to believe you, too.
Well, it's the truth, so it shouldn't be that hard. All you have to do is decide to.
Decide like an act of will.
More like an act of faith.
I'd like to,
But you're confused, yes.
You know, I like having my sentences finished almost as much as I like being hovered over.
Well, Cassie, I tell you, I hate the thought of something this stupid coming between you and me, because I actually believe that we do have a shot at it. I don't want anything to ruin that.
No.
No, Cassie.
I don't want to hear any more, Bo. Okay? It's not helping.
Well, where are you going?
There's something I have to do.
Well, do you want me to come along and help out?
No.
Cord, please.
Man, what is this all about, Tina? What's going on?
Well, I assume it's fallout from the trial. I mean, some photographer who wanted to take a picture of my husband and my sister and sell it to some New York paper or something.
But doesn't New York have enough crime of its own? Why do they have to come to Landview?
Tina, what's going on? You look all flustered.
No, I'm just... From the flash, you know, dots in my eyes.
Come on over here and have a seat.
I was supposed to meet a client here. I just...
What, for a decorating job?
Yeah, I wish that life could resume to some vaguely normal position. I'm sitting here waiting for this client, and then boom, right in my face, this flash goes off. I don't know what I would have done if you guys weren't here. What are you doing here, actually?
Cord invited me to lunch. I have a feeling he's going to try and persuade me about something.
About what?
Well, that's a good question. Cord, what are you going to try to persuade me about?
Look, it's this whole mortgage idea.
You're against it.
Well, I just think that there's got to be a way out of this without mortgage and land fair. Tina?
I agree.
I just think there's an easier way to come up with the cash.
If you have the slightest clue as to what it is, please tell me.
Who said anything about getting killed?
People involved with Carlo Hesser have a habit of turning up dead. And we can't just rush in there and start fighting.
We did okay with the real estate agent, didn't we?
That was someone who didn't know what we were up to. Carlo knows that people are trying to find Stephanie, and he's made it very difficult. He doesn't want that to happen.
She's right. If we want to get Stephanie back, we're going to have to outsmart him.
Well, hang on a second here. We've got to settle something. We're not talking about getting her back.
I am.
We are not. We're talking about you going in there, finding her, talking to her, find out what's going on. Carlo is her uncle. And if she went with him voluntarily, there's nothing we can do.
She didn't.
I'm not going to have anything to do with any kind of kidnapping.
Who said anything about a kidnapping?
You did. You said you wanted to get her back.
Okay, agreed. I'll just talk to her. But to be able to talk to her, we have to get to her. So in other words, we're going to have to get inside of Carlo's house.
All right. We need a plan.
You know, I could pretend I have a gun. You know, I could stick my hand in my pocket like this. Well, I need a bigger pocket, though. It's a pretty small gun. Well, it works in movies. Sometimes.
Like I said, we need a plan.
Yes, so why don't we think of one in the car?
No, we're not driving until we figure out where we're going and why.
Are you not at all concerned about what might be happening to Stephanie?
Of course
while we're
I'm
all...
concerned. Do you think I would be standing here going...
No, I wouldn't. I'm sorry. It's just the idea of her being trapped somewhere and thinking that I've forgotten about her. I mean, it really bugs me. It bugs me a... Wait a second.
What?
That's it.
What's it?
You're gonna like this.
I thought that Clint and I had made it very clear we will not take a loan from Asa.
Well, I never said that you should.
No, but I can smell the wind shifting in that direction. Cord, we're adults. We're responsible for ourselves. We've managed to get through lots worse than this.
Well, I just wish there was something I could do to help.
Honey, you're helping by just being there.
Well, I'd like to do more than just be there. I would like, if someone were to say, what is Tina doing, I would like to have the answer be a little more than, oh, she just generally graces the situation with her presence. I mean, I feel about as useful as a doily here.
Come now, Tina.
I want to contribute. I want to do something.
I could tell you what not to do. Don't do any more television interviews.
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, come on. I was just joking.
Oh, is that what it was?
Well, mostly.
thank you for telling me that, because I just wasn't sure.
Oh, no, wait a
I
second.
mean, because my
Tina.
idea of what a joke is that it has some element of humor. I mean,
All right,
something
both
there that
of you
usually
stop.
triggers the desire to
All right,
laugh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think he's sorry.
Apology accepted.
Look, it just makes me mad, that's all, Tina. I mean, the way these people think. Like that photographer just now, taking your picture and everything. He's like a scavenger. They don't care about people. They just want to take your personal life and they just want to spread it right across the media. They don't care. They don't care who they hurt in the process. And they call themselves journalists. Dorian Lord calling herself a journalist. Do you believe it?
This is a very good tactic.
What?
Inviting me to lunch and then ruining my appetite. Come on. You know perfectly well that Dorian does what she does so that people will talk about her. And what are we doing?
We're talking about her. I'm sorry.
I think we ought to make it a goal for this lunch to get through the whole meal without anybody wanting to say, I'm sorry again.
Excuse me.
Oh, thank you. I've got to get going.
What are you talking about? I thought you had a meeting with a client.
Yeah, that's what this note is about. The guy is, stuck across town and he wants me to meet him over there. Sorry to run out on you guys. Sorry.
You're what?
Sorry. I'm sorry to be sorry.
Have a good meeting.
Thank you.
You handle your family well.
We cannot talk here.
Where then?
I don't... Follow me.
Pleasure.
At a distance.
Lead the way. 1, 1,000. 2, 1,000. 3, 1,000.
Hello there, Napoleon. Let's just be friends. What do you say? A little food? You like Italian, don't you? Oh, come on. I'm not afraid of you. Underneath all that snarling and bristling, you're quite a nice dog. In fact, I bet you're just an overgrown puppy. That's your secret, isn't it?
No, Stephanie. His secret is that he can't hear you. He can only hear me. My compliments, my commands, and he'll only eat the food I feed him. He won't trust anyone else. Isn't that right, Napoleon? And you should eat your food instead of trying to feed him. Use your time more constructively. Read. I have a complete set of Jane Austen in the next room. I think Pride and Prejudice would suit your temperament very well. It'll keep your mind off of trying to run away.
Alex, you're late. I didn't know I was coming over. I did.
Come on in. There's no point in sharing this with the neighbors. Do you want to spit it out?
What?
Well, you're here for some reason, right? I mean, to either ask me something or tell me something. Maybe a combination of the two. Yes, our Cassie has a very serious look on her face. Well, let me see. What is it? Are you having a problem with an article at the Banner, or would you like some legal advice?
Maybe some other time.
Oh, then it must be Beau. Is that it? You just come from seeing him?
Yes,
I bet you asked him about me.
I did.
And I'll bet he got very earnest and sincere in that overgrown Boy Scout way that he has and denied everything. He can be very persuasive. Believe me, I know. So, poor Cassie, you must be starving to death. Would you like some apples and cheese? Apples are good for you. They have pectin. I've never quite figured out what pectin does. Do you have any idea?
No.
It probably has something to do with your teeth. It probably makes them whiter or sharper or something like that. Are you sure you don't want any?
Oh, I'm sure.
No, you don't look like you're suffering from a pectin deficiency.
We were talking about Bo.
Oh, yes. And how he denied everything. I'm sure you can see through that.
I can?
It's pretty obvious.
What do you mean?
Well, actually, it's a compliment to you. I mean, he must have fallen for you pretty hard, otherwise he wouldn't be so upset that my child, our child, could have hurt your relationship in some way.
Oh, that's one theory.
It's a theory according to the facts.
It's a theory that fits the known facts.
There's your journalistic side coming through. I love that skepticism.
Or maybe I should say, it fits the facts until half an hour ago.
Oh, really? What was supposed to have happened a half an hour ago?
I found out you've been lying.
According to Bo. Not exactly what I would call conclusive evidence under the circumstances.
What you said about my journalistic side, it comes through in other ways. I don't follow. Well, one of the rules of good reporting is you don't run a story until you have sources to confirm it.
Fine. So, on Bo's side of the story, you have Bo. And on my side of the story, you have me and my doctor. You do remember going to my doctor's office with me, don't you?
I remember so well that's where I was a half hour ago.
You went to see my doctor?
On my way here. I managed to get the truth out of him.
No, I don't think so, because the doctor-patient relationship is confidential.
Let's say he found a gray area in the confidentiality rule. When I mentioned a new series the Banner is thinking of doing on physicians who get illegal kickbacks on prescriptions. I don't feel very well. We both know it's not morning sickness, don't we, Alex? Listen, about those pictures that your photographer took...
I know. You want the right to select the photos we're going to use. I mean, that's completely negotiable.
No, I already told you I don't want any photographs used.
Tina, forget this secrecy angle, all right? I mean, you look great. The photos will be wonderful.
No, that's
I mean,
not the
if it'll
point.
make you happy, we'll set an appointment with the photographer I know in New York next
Hudson,
week. His name is Sam.
Listen, would you just let me get a word in, please?
You've got the floor.
Thank you.
Or should I say the grass? Sorry.
Listen, I don't want any photos appearing. I don't want my name in any press releases or any publicity. I don't want anybody knowing what I'm writing or that I'm writing at all. Can you understand that? I mean, not at least until I feel like I can approach my family.
When's that likely to be?
I don't want to mislead you. It might be a while. I mean, they're kind of sensitive about publicity.
Yeah, well, so am I, but for different reasons. But Tina, a book like yours, see, you need to create an appetite. You know, and that means publicity. It means column items, photos, appearing on shows like, Good Morning America.
Good Morning America?
Absolutely.
That's a national TV show.
Right, that's how you sell books. That's the business, Tina. Look, I didn't give you that check because I like you, which I do, don't get me wrong. But because I believed in your story. I believe it's something the public wants to hear. But how do they know they want to hear it if we don't give them a taste?
Well, I see.
Okay, good.
No, it's not good. I think that this is a mistake.
Excuse me?
I can't do this. I'll take this back.
Maybe if you tried eating in front of her?
Stimulate her appetite.
Power of suggestion.
It's worth a shot.
I want Stephanie to keep her strength up.
Oh, she seems pretty strong to me. That's one stubborn kid.
You should have seen her father.
You know what they say about the acorn?
Acorn?
Not falling too far from the vine.
Acorns don't grow on vines.
Botany wasn't one of my strong subjects in school. Which isn't to say that I had a strong subject. But me and school parted company long before I broke in my first halter top.
Your tidbits of autobiography are riveting, Shirley. But I have to go. I'll come back in a little while to take Stephanie to the country club. Keep an eye on her.
Will do. You know, I once felt about a guy like the way you do. I wrote some poetry. Oh, do you believe it? Me, poetry. Well, tried anyway. I got stuck a couple of lines in. The section where I was trying to describe him. Ira was his name. You know how in poems they always say something about your true love's hair is the color of wheat or black like a raven? Well, I was trying to describe his eyes. What Ira's eyes were like. I couldn't come up with anything for the longest time. Then, I finally figured out that his eyes were like the seeds in grapes. Kind of tiny. Only I'd broken up with him by then, so that didn't matter. By that time, I was going out with a guy who had eyes like gallstones they took out of my Aunt Natalie. I never wrote a poem about him. I can't tell you how much fun it is talking to you, kid.
I don't want to talk.
I know. Life is hard. Wish I had a hard life like yours. Your uncle's gonna take you to that fancy, country club. Listen to the band, drink some punch. Meet a guy with hair the color of wheat.
I don't want to meet anyone. He can't force me to meet anyone. He can't force me to do anything.
Has that dog been fed today?
He always has room for dessert. Who are you supposed to be? Now, I know you ain't the Three Stooges because you ain't pretty enough.
Here.
Exterminators?
Yeah, we're here on a monthly call.
I don't know nothing about this.
It's about the bugs.
Bugs?
Yeah, we control them.
I haven't seen no bugs.
That's how good we control them.
Huh?
Well, see, what my colleague here is trying to say is that's the reason that you don't see any bugs, because we do this every month.
Well, no one told me about this, so I think you better come back next month or something.
You wish.
What'd you say?
I mean, see, we're all booked up. We're in very high demand, and this is Mr. Hesser's monthly slot. So if we don't do it now, well, it won't be done until next month.
Ooh, I'd hate to see what it looked like by then.
Oh, yeah. Remember the first time we came here?
Mm-hmm. I thought that the pattern on the wallpaper was crawling.
I saw a roach in the kitchen this morning.
How big?
Big.
Did it have spots on it?
Oh, at least 3.
Ah, Trispotis.
Oh, no, gosh, not a Trispotis.
I think you should take my partner straight to the kitchen.
I don't know.
We're going to have to blow up this bug before too long, or you might have a level 6 infestation by the morning.
Is that bad? Well, we had a level 5 last week. We had to break down the wall.
Then burn it.
This way.
You hate me. No. I know what I've done. The lies. You'd have a right to.
I don't hate you, Alex.
But you don't have much respect for me, do you? Here. I look at my life, and there is so little there. There is so little reason to go on living. Bo was everything to me. Now, I am not proud of that. I know how that must sound. But the idea of losing him, maybe you've never felt that way about anybody before. Count yourself lucky.
My arm.
Some people have a talent for it, for relationships. I see a couple in a restaurant. She says something. He laughs. He reaches over and touches her face with his fingertips. And then they kiss. Or maybe they don't kiss because they're in a public place. They're shy. And then she looks at him. And she doesn't say anything. And she doesn't have to. Because he knows without her saying. And he waves the waiter over and gets the check, and they get up and they leave. It just seems so real. So natural. So far out of my reach. Maybe if I showed you my driver's license, you'd believe I was an adult. I'm not here to judge you, Alex. Thank God I wouldn't want to have to throw myself on the mercy of this court. You won't say anything, will you?
Say anything.
To Bo or Asa.
Alex.
I know I don't have any right to ask a favor from you. But my job is all that I have left. Now, I don't know what I would do if anything happened to that. Cassie, you can afford to be generous. You've won. You've won, Bo.
You don't have to do that, Tina.
Well, I don't think I can do what you want me to do, so it's not fair for me to keep your check.
Oh, all right, all right. I mean, perhaps you got a point. Perhaps I've been too eager. But if I have, it's because of the potential I see for this book.
I am not sure that I want a book.
You don't want a bestseller.
You keep using that word.
It's the right word, Tina. Books that sell the best, the most. I mean, just look in the Times book section or the Publishers Weekly, and there you are, at the top, #1, King of the Hill. Man, it's a great feeling. I know, I've been there. I put a lot of writers there, Tina. A lot of them. Now be honest with yourself, okay? Now you want this.
I don't know.
It's all right to want a good thing, and this is a good thing. It's one of the best, and if you don't like the publicity, then we'll...
No, I don't like it.
All right, then. We won't worry about that for now. All right? We'll just...
Wait, what do you mean for now?
I mean, just clear your mind of it. All right? Okay. Now, just put that back in your pocket, all right? That's where it belongs. Come on. There you go. Now, open your hand. Come on, it's all right.
A cassette recorder.
That's right, the tape's right in there.
I have never seen one this small.
Yeah, it's a mini cassette, see? Look, just press right there to record. There you are.
You want me to...
Just Tell your story. In your own words. Pretend like you're talking to me.
You're not going to print anything I say.
Absolutely. This is not for publication.
So, what is it for?
Well, just to start with a transcript, and then together you and I can to redefine it, sift through the details. I mean, this is just a first step, a tool. All right? Now, what you need to do is find a private place.
A private place?
Alex, it's not a matter of my winning or your losing. Bo isn't some prize. Like you win a doll at the carnival for knocking over milk bottles. He's a human being.
Yes.
He makes his own decision about who he wants to be with.
His choice.
Yeah, that's right, his choice. And then it's up to me to decide how I feel about him. Just because you have feelings for someone doesn't mean they have to feel the same way back. No, they're under no obligation.
I know that.
You say you do, but that's not the way you've been behaving.
I've been a fool.
Alex, you have been more than a fool. You have tried to ruin my relationship with Bo. You have lied and manipulated and made me feel sorry for you and some fictitious baby. Well, I'm not going to worry about you anymore, Alex. It's not my job.
No, of course it isn't. I totally understand that.
Yeah, well, as long as that's understood.
You still haven't said
What?
whether you'll say anything to Bo or Asa.
About all this? No.
Thank you.
Well, they've got enough on their mind without bothering them about all this.
You're very kind.
But there is one condition.
What?
I want you to stay out of my life. Out of mine and Bo's.
Yes, I understand.
And I think you should see a doctor.
Psychiatrist, you mean?
A therapist of some sort, anyway. Someone you can talk to sort this all out better.
Is that a condition, too?
Alex, I think you need help. And if you were honest with yourself, I think you know you do, too.
Maybe.
Alex, there's nothing wrong with getting some help sometimes. Everyone needs it.
I'll keep that in mind.
I'd better get back to the office. Try to get some actual work done before this day is over. One more thing.
What?
Don't blame your doctor for talking to me. He didn't tell me anything. I didn't go see him.
You didn't? Then how did you know?
Well, it wasn't a question of knowing. Call it an act of faith.
Faith?
I trusted Bo. Kevin.
Shh. Not so loud.
He said you'd forget all about me.
Who, your uncle?
And in a few weeks that you wouldn't even remember what I looked like.
And you believed him?
I didn't know what to believe.
Believe me.
You're lucky you just got here because he left.
Luck had nothing to do with it. See, we waited, and we watched him leave. So here we are. You okay?
Fine. I'm just hungry. Do you have anything on you, like a granola bar or something?
The brownie okay? Sorry, it's smushed. So he hasn't been feeding you anything, huh?
Oh, no, he has. I just refuse to eat it.
Hunger strike.
Besides which, who knows what he put in it?
Smart thinking.
So, how are we going to escape now?
Well, I haven't thought that out yet. But don't you worry, I will. Hey,
What?
you've got brownie all over you.
Better?
Yeah.
My heart nearly stopped beating, and my face was flushed with excitement. It had to be one of the most thrilling moments of my life. Oh, no. Don't tell me I broke this. Ward?
Oh, nuts. I was trying to surprise you.
What are you doing?
Here, you can hit.
Woo! Cord, are you taking your clothes off?
I'd look pretty silly getting into a shower with my clothes on, wouldn't I?
Getting into the shower.
Yep. Listen, I thought I'd maybe wash your back, try to make it up to you a little bit.
Make what up to me, Cord? I don't really know what you're talking about.
Well, you know, bringing up all that stuff about the TV interview all over again. I shouldn't have done that, Tina. I'm sorry. It's kind of like, you know, when you go to a play or a concert or something, and you feel like you want to cough, but you don't want to cough because you feel like it might ruin it for everybody. But you keep saying to yourself, I'm not going to cough, I'm not going to cough, I'm not going to cough. But you go ahead and you cough anyway. Well, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
So what do you say? You trust someone like me, someone as dumb as me, to come in there and wash your back?
Sure, Cord. What are you doing?
I think I'm good.
Wait, I thought you were going to wash my back.
Well, it was a good thing we used that extra strength formula. Come on.
Next time we better use a roach bomb.
Yeah, come on. Well, look at the time. We're late for another appointment.
Should
Come
be
on.
upstairs. We really don't have time in our schedule.
I wish that dog would get laryngitis.
Okay, Vicki, I have the papers that you're concerned about in front of me right now. So which page is it you're talking about? Okay, just hold 1 second. All right, I got it right here. Oh no, I see what the problem is. That's the accounting department. They decided to combine and rename 2 different categories. It's some arcane tax law that they'd be happy to explain to you if you really need to take a nap. Yeah. Vicki, listen, could I call you back on this in a little bit? Something just came up and, yeah, okay. Great, thank you.
I went to see her.
Alex? And?
I believe you.
Well, that's convenient.
How so?
Well, because trust is important in a relationship.
Yes, very.
If that's what we're working towards here.
A relationship?
Is it too premature to use that word?
Oh, that thing I broke on Clint's award.
Yeah, well, I wasn't. It was a clean break, so I was able to get it back together, just a little blue.
Thank you.
Well, I told you I'd take care of it.
What do you say, we take a walk?
Just the 2 of us?
Would you like that?
Well, I've been stuck indoors all day, so walk sounds pretty nice.
Then that's yes.
Yes.
Okay, then.
Don't say a word. Papa's gonna buy you a mockingbird. And if that mockingbird don't sing, Papa's gonna buy you a diamond ring. And if that diamond ring is brass, Papa's gonna buy you a looking glass. And if that looking glass gets Papa's gonna buy it. And if that billy goat don't cry, Papa's gonna buy it. And if that car don't turn, Papa's gonna buy you a dog. And if that dog and if the